PS2. I don't think there's any better. I don't think there's any more like better way to start a game one than PS2 with a Fox.
I mean, most players do gentlemen to PS2 just because so many characters are good on that stage.
You know what? I don't think I remember the last time I had to RPS somebody because I always just ask for a PS2 gentleman. I don't think it's any different in this scenario as we head into game one right here.
All I'm saying is I'm never taking the PS2. Anyways, here we have Xcal versus Fwed. The tags are on backwards.
Yeah, the tags are on backwards, but Fox is Fwed and Xcal is the Toon Link, so don't get mixed up if you're watching right now. Right now, this is what I'm talking about. Xcal has the amazing ability to just keep your opponent at ledge. He has such good setups right here. See, that boomerang is going to come in a big effect right now. It's such a good disruptor of combos and everything, and it's good combo starter as well.
Because Xcal can throw the boomerang and then combo off of it, and then let's just say Xcal loses just in any situation, the boomerang comes back, hits the opponent, and then he hits the back because of that.
Well, we saw right there an unfortunate situation that happened to Xcal twice. He fell out of the up B, which no doubt would have secured a stock, but Fwed's still in it right now with 3 stocks apiece. Oh, the platform is a dangerous place to be, and that's where you don't want to be when Xcal just throws up that lingering up air, taking Fwed's first stock.
Now, for Fwed, you need to find this opening. iModders did manage to do it with the Fox, so let's see if Fwed can do it as well.
Like we were saying just before this match, or at least I was saying, it's imperative that Fwed finds his way in, and that's what he's trying to do right now. The Nair not going to confirm into the up smash right yet because Xcal is just such a master zoner. And Fox, I feel like the Fox pick in this case is going to be just for scenarios like that. You can run in, throw out something, retreat. It's just good for an aggressive option.
One thing that I really like about the Fox pick is that although neutral is difficult, once you get in, you go in on hard because Toon Link's options are mainly for zoning out and mainly for neutral purposes, while Fox is mainly for close quarter combat. But as we're seeing, Xcal finding the mark with this ledge trap situation with the up smash, and now bringing up Fwed to his last stock in this game one.
All right, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna see what Fwed has in the back pocket right here. He has to make a big comeback before percent gets a little bit too high. But Toon Link, he does have the advantage of Toon Link being a pretty light floaty character. So maybe one juggle, one up air in the higher echelons of the blast zone is gonna take the stock. Oh, we got the jab. All right, up smash definitely going to take it right here, especially with Fwed. Just a little bit of rage.
That was an amazing tomahawk because the Fox back air is a really telegraphed option. So Fwed, knowing that, goes for the back air, but Xcal finding his own mark with the forward air instead, taking game one.
And that was the boomerang right there coming in clutch. I was telling you, it's such a good option for Xcal. Sometimes you can just throw it out. It'll come back, it'll hit the opponent on its way back. It sets up to do so many things. You can set up to that up B, you can set it for a raw bear, you can set it for a forward air. All those options, being able to kill a light character such as Fox super easily, and that's exactly what we saw in that scenario.
Now at your Fwed, you have 3 characters on you right now. So you're probably shuffling in between which one you want and which stage you want as well. Because you want to play to your character's strengths, so you just want to pick the stage that appeals to those strengths as well.
If I were him, I'd pick maybe a smaller stage, stages like FD or Battlefield even. Because Town and City, Callus, you don't want to give the opponent too much room to work, but Xcal is definitely going to want to set up as many projectiles as he can, just wall out the Fox as best he can. Another
thing to mention is that if we saw game one earlier, Xcal was mainly getting the KOs from the side blast zones compared to the top. And here we're taking it to game 2 on what I think is PS2.
PS2, yep. Running it back to PS2. You know what an interesting option that I just remembered is Fwed has the Shine.
Yes.
The Shine could come in the clutch right here. I don't think we saw Fwed show it off just yet. It could be a surprise to show Xcal the Shine. Maybe just force him to back off a bit if he tries to get a little bit too projectile happy. And maybe that's just the tool he needs to try to get in. But either way, Fwed has to make the adjustment. Xcal up 1-0 as we start game 2.
Now Fwed immediately finding an opening with the Nair. There's a jab combo. Now Xcal is currently at 32%. Carrying the up tilt. 56%. Fwed uncontested right now in this ledge trap scenario. And as you mentioned earlier, we saw that Shine come into play. But that was also when Xcal found his first opening.
That Dash attack not going to do it yet, but the frame trap forcing him to air dodge. Now he finds himself off stage. Xcal making good use of that bomb.
But Fwed attempted to keep this in advantage state. However, Xcal with the up B out of shield, making it.
Okay, I feel like Fwed is going to catch onto those air dodges sooner or later. We might just see him charge an up smash sooner or later. But there, the first stock is going to be taken by Fwed, and now he has a lead to work with as well.
I don't think Fwed had a lead in the first game.
No, he was down the entire game just trying to play catch up. But now it's going to be, now Xcal has to find a way to close out the stock so he can get back to what he does best, set up the projectile walls.
Yes. As we saw earlier, having the lead is such a big thing with these projectile heavy characters because you're forced to approach them in order to take their stuff.
And it depends on how well you make use of those projectiles. You might have missed it right there, but we saw the boomerang always returning to home, getting the confirm into the up smash, and that's exactly why this game looks a lot more even right now.
The dash attack, F tilt. Now Xcal having this ledge trap scenario, but Fwed immediately just opening up with the nair up smash, not doing it quite just yet, but one more just might do the trick. Down air.
Down air, no, he didn't commit to the up smash, and I don't think it would have confirmed either, so good decision by Fwed, just electing to take stage control over the potential stock right there.
I mean, I feel like that's one of the things that separates a good player from a great player, is to knowing when to make these split-second decisions. And as we're seeing right now, this is why Fwed is currently holding the lead right now.
This is a dangerous position to be in if you're Xcal. He had that bomb and shield, and Fwed knew it. He has to drop the shield one time, and the back air is going to catch him for that second stock. And now Fwed has a considerable lead in this game, too. So it looks like he made the adjustments. I feel like he's just playing a little bit more safe, but at the same time, his aggressive play is remaining the same as an advantage state right now.
Which is something that you really need as Fox, is that you really need to recognize the fact that you're like, you know when to go in. Because if you're just going in there, you're just going to get hit with the bombs, the boomerangs, and all that. But Fwed is recognizing Xcal and how he's playing, and he's choosing his options based off of that. However, Xcal is not going down without a fight. As you can see earlier, the up air not quite killing, but the up B.
Gonna do it right there. The up B coming in clutch. Xcal bringing things back. 58%, not too bad of a deficit right now, so Fwed has to make something go here before Xcal finds a way to even up the percent, which is exactly what he's doing right now.
That's definitely doable, and I just like that up air, up throw up air, but the down tilt into resetting neutral. To the Z drop into nair. It's really interesting, honestly. But one of them is just trying to find an opening, but once one of them does find an opening, it's going to become really explosive in a flash.
This could be the break Xcal needs. He has Fwed at the edge of the stage right now. All he needs is one good setup. No, he managed to get back.
The back air into boomerang.
Back air, he has no jump. Oh, Xcal did not catch it though. Boomerang.
Oh, that was such a clean conversion. Fox illusion into fair. You could also do Fox illusion into up air as well.
Oh, catching the jump with the forward air. Xcal bring things back. He was down that entire game, but I think he just took his game a little bit more slower right there, realized it was a last stock situation, and right there, 2-0 suddenly for Xcal in what could have been a 1-1 situation if Fwed just managed to find that stop.
I feel like Fwed just went in, and then Xcal got extremely surprised, and then he talked to himself like mentally. He's like, I need to take the step back in order for me to take this game, and that's what we saw there. And like later in that game, Xcal was zoning out Fwed relatively really well, and that's what led him to take the game, making it a 2-0 situation and potentially a 3-0 for Xcal.
Well, in this case, Fwed now on his tournament game right here has to bring things back with a reverse 3-0 in the set if he wants to continue on in the losers bracket. But you know what? I think he's good. Fwed has a really good mentality in whatever set he's playing in. We saw him make a few adjustments right there. He was actually taking control of that entire game. It's just he lost it at that really last stock, the last step. And honestly, this set could be a lot more even right now.
I honestly feel like that this could potentially, and likely honestly, go to Game 5.
Well, we'll have to see what Fwed has in his back pocket right now. Once again, bringing things back to PS2. So close to last game. Has to have the confidence to bring it back here. And Xcal eager to get things finished up against Fwed.
Opening up with a 58% string However, Fwed finding his own opening, dash attack into the up tilt strings, and now Fwed controlling the stage, but Xcal retaliating as well with these double up airs.
Go away, wow, that forward air just barely taking Fwed's first stock. I feel like he could have DI'd that maybe just a bit more there, survived a bit longer, but now this thing's a little looking more bleak right now. Xcal only 53% on his first stock and taking control of this game. Wow, I'm seeing a bit of aggressiveness right now.
Honestly, I feel like that's just the momentum boost. You're like, honestly, I'm going in, I did such an amazing string, let's replicate this again.
Fox Illusion, this time it doesn't cross up in this game unlike in Smash 4, but I don't think Xcal is ready for a good punish. But you have a lead, so take what you can get right now. Wow, just confidence right there to throw the uppie at the ledge, giving quite an opportunity for a free punish, but not going to be able to get too much off of it. Just has to find a way to close out this first stock.
Back here, making it smart, but oh, that was such a smart play from Xcal. Immediately reacting to the air dodge and punching it accordingly with the up smash, making it a 3-to-1 stock game. However, Fwed is now at his tournament stock. He needs to make some sort of big play, otherwise Xcal might just 3-stock him right now.
I think we just saw Fwed a little bit too eager there. He wanted to try to land into the Toon Link up B just to get a punish, but with Fox being such a fast faller, it would have been too early, so he was forced to just use his air dodge right there, and Xcal was ready for it.
Up throw, not getting the upper this time, but the arrows to back throw. Now ledge trapping Fwed.
Well, that's going to be an SD right there, but that could be the momentum shift that Fwed needs, just seeing his opponent SD like that. Now you only have two. Suddenly, there's a big mentality difference between 3 stocks and 2 stocks. Now you see it, and you can kind of get the feeling that you can win this now, but Xcal wants to close the door right away. That's not going to take it quite yet.
The false finish. Fwed is not done yet. So far, he needs to find this opening, and right afterwards, he can easily deal a bunch of percent with Fox. As we see the F tilt dash attack, missing the fair. However,
oh, there we go. That's appropriate punish right there. As I said before, the Fox Illusion does not cross with the shield anymore. Xcal ready this time after not getting it the first time and punishing with up smash, and that's gonna do it. 3-0 against Fwed.
I feel like what made the huge difference in between throughout the set was that Xcal just realized what Fwed was trying to do and how he was trying to get in, and based his projectiles off of that, and whenever Fwed was trying to avoid them, Xcal would just punish his option.
I think you're exactly right in this scenario, but Xcal made the appropriate adjustment, especially in that game 3 right there. We saw Xcal make the shift. He was actually playing a lot more aggressive right there. You saw a few less projectiles, but he got his